These are the babies I have to play with today. As you can see, they're all H&Ns and they're divided into two columns. The column on the left hand side, those are going to be my absolute accuracy tests, because that is what I want to shoot field target with, and these babies hopefully will produce the goods. The one that is brand spanking new on the market, this is basically for the European guys. This is the lead-free Baracuda Greens. They are extremely light, so I don't know what they're going to do out of my gun. I don't know what metal they are made from, but those babies are totally lead free. So as you've seen, these are 0.177, so I'm going to be shooting in the sub 12 foot-pound category today. On the right hand side, these are all the hunter pellets. I will only test them on 30 meters, but the others I'll test up to 50 meters. So I've got the Terminator there, I've got the Hornet, I've got the Barracuda Hunter Extreme that I also shot in the 5.5s, and I've got the Crow Magnum. And then just to cap it all off, ta-da! Slugs in 0.177, the new babies from H&N. So this will be my test subjects for today, and as we go along I'll explain exactly what I will do. Alright, so for this exercise I'm going to use 3 different HFT and field target guns. They are all sub 12 foot-pound. The first one up, this is my Air Arms HFT 500 set up for field target with a Citron scope on top, and this baby is absolutely sweet. She adores the 10.3 grain babies, so that is her preferred food, but today I'm going to test the rest and see what happens. Next to her, that is my HW100. This will be gun number 2, and you'll see as I go through the targets why. Standard HW100 Air Max scope on top, and that's where we go, the Hawk scope. The third one, this is my pride and joy. This is the first air gun I bought about 8 or 9 years ago. Again, it's the HW100. This is my other son's HFT gun, and this is the one that has won me a couple of championships already. So those are the 3 guns, all 3 of them in 0.177. They all run at sub 12 foot-pound. So I'm going to test all of these pellets with 3 different guns at 30 meters. Enjoy! Good day, fellow airgun shooters. Today's focus is all about sub 12 foot-pound guns, but specifically focused on the H&N pellets that I've just recently acquired. So I've got 5 specifically field target type pellets. One is lead free, which is quite interesting. Very light pellet. Actually only made for sub 7 or sub 6 foot-pound guns, but I'm going to throw it in my sub 12 foot-pound to see what it does and what speed it runs, and obviously I'm going to test accuracy on that as well. Quite interesting. There's a couple of hunting pellets. I'll do the testing today in batches. So first up, I'm going to look at the 5 field target or hunter field target type pellets, the traditional accuracy orientated targets. And then when I do the second section of this video, probably video number 2 because it's going to be quite long, I'm going to look at the hunter specific type pellets. And these will be the Hornets, the Terminators, the Barracuda Hunters itself, the Hunter Extreme, the whole range effectively offered in sub 12 foot-pound 1.77. Yes, you can shoot them faster, but that's the limitation of the gun. That's the rules in the UK. So the UK guys, you're going to love this. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to start off. The first baby on the block is the Barracuda Lights. Now this is also a dome shape. They differ from the standard Diablo type shapes as they are a little bit more sharp edged on the front. And this is a 9.57 grain. Okay, so this is going to be quite interesting. Hold your hats, no more chit chat, let's get into the shooting. I lied, there's some more chit chat. Alright. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to shoot 7 shots per target. I've got a 14 shot magazine in the HW, so I'm going to shoot all 14 shots, 2 targets, and I'm going to repeat the exercise with the other HW100 that I've got, and then finally I'm going to put the Air Arms HFT 500 on the block as well, exactly the same pellets, 2 7-shot groups, and I'm going to choose the best group from each gun and compare that to each other. Let's get shooting. Barracuda Light. that looks extremely promising. I've got a crosswind of at around about 45-degree angle, 5 to 8 kilometers per hour. But first target, I aimed straight for the middle. I had a little bit of a drop, so the second target I aimed a half a mil higher, and I just destroyed the bull. Time to take out the second gun and re-look at that. Very interesting. Two different HWs, two different speeds, two different results. Alright, time to bring on the Air Arms HFT 500. That's not too bad. Let's go and measure up and give you guys the results of the first test. I'm gonna love this. Hold on to your hats. The Barracuda lights came in at 9.57 grain, which I thought is quite odd between 8.44 your normal JSBs and the 10.34 that's usually the heavies. But I was pleasantly surprised, especially with the HW and the Air Arms. That was exceptional grouping if you look at target number 4 as well as target number 6, or the max target. I can't fault them. I think this is a pellet to watch out for. Initial testing looks extremely promising, and I would love to test them out to 50 meters, which I will do eventually. So for now, that's a wrap on the Barracuda lights. I think it's one to watch out for. Time to go on to our next little pellet in the group. Next up, the Baracuda Greens. First thing to note, these are silver pellets. Silver, 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 silver. I'll give you guys a close-up just now. HW1, let's go. The HWs didn't like it at all, but the Air Arm sure as hell loved it. My greatness, let's go measure up. So let's start off with the most interesting fact about these Baracuda Greens. They are slow out of the gun. I couldn't believe it. A 6.6 grain, only running a fractionally over 840 feet per second on the first HW, and 808, which is the normal speed for 8.44 grains out of the Air Arms. So marginally faster than an 8.8 grain, yet it's only 6.6 grains. Interesting. So the HW1 actually didn't fare too badly with a 13mm base grouping, but my greatness, that Air Arm just loved them. These little babies were flying. 9.3mm grouping at 30 meters out of the Air Arms. Now that is nothing to sneeze at. Well done, Air Arms. Well done, H&N. Up next, Barracuda Match, and these babies are in 10.65 grain. HW1, let's go. Have to aim a lot higher. that's not too bad. Again, the measurement will tell. But I did get some flyers out of HW number 2 and I don't know why. I have to go and investigate that a little bit more. That's a bit worrying. I don't know if that's the pellets. It doesn't look like it's the pellets. It might be the gun that's slipping somewhere. But let's go and measure. Let's get on to the next batch. We've got lots to do.
The measurements actually revealed that 4 out of the 6 targets were excellent, with extremely nice groupings. Again, with the HW1 slightly faster than HW2, and then in the Air Arms HFT500 that just keeps on producing as we go along. Again, the Barracuda match is a real contender in the heavy category. It would be interesting to see if I put this baby at 50 meters, what the wind is going to do with it. The weight is quite perfect. It should buffer the wind a little bit. But again, that is a video for another day. So let's go on to the next baby.
Getting to number 4 on the list. This is the Field Target Trophies. Now I'm extremely interested in these babies because this is basically the same weight that I shoot my HFT with as well as FT with. So I'm quite interested to see what they're going to do. Quite interesting is that the shape that's on the sticker is not the actual shape of the pellet. It actually differs a little bit. So the shape of this pellet on their nose looks a lot more rounded and slushy, but the pellet itself is very nice and clean. So maybe they need a new photographer at H&N. Alright, let's get down to shooting. Man, every time you shoot a good group, you make one idiot error. I did an idiot error on HW2. I did an idiot error again on the Air Arms HFT500. In general, it looks like the HW2 loves these pellets a lot more than any other gun, but I'll have to go and do the finer measurements, wrap it up for you guys and show you guys which gun, which pellet. Quite interesting. Alright, just one more to go, then we're done.
The H&N palette just keeps on surprising me. What an awesome grouping with the HW1 as well as the HW2. And then to round it off, we did it with the Air Arms as well. So all 3 guns absolutely shooting immaculate groupings with the Field Target Trophy in 8.64 grain. I can't fault these pellets that much. Instead, I'm actually starting to love them. I will need to test them further, and I promise I will, I'm on it.
Last one of our competition pellets coming right up, and this is the Baracuda FT in 9.57 grain, and on the tin it says hand sorted quality. So let's see if the hand sorted quality produces what this idiot can produce. Let's go for it. In my defense, the wind started picking up. It shifted where it was 45 degrees right to left. It's now full 90 degrees left to right, just to make it interesting. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a lot better. Alright, time to go and measure the last one. Then I can wrap up the series about the competition type pellets. And then in my next video, after I did a wrap up here, we're going to look at all the hunter type pellets out there, including those slugs. I do expect those slugs to run a little bit slow because they are 13 grainers, and this gun I know loves 10 grainers, but there's only way to find out is to damn test it. Let's go for it.
By now my concentration's starting to slip, but I still had some great fun. The HW1 didn't disappoint, neither did the HW2, so this is another pellet that across all three guns just seems to love shooting close groups. I was quite impressed, even from a medium to a high speed, they still grouped well. Unfortunately, the bloody idiot behind the gun didn't shoot so well, so sorry H&N, but overall, what a lovely day I had. And the winner is the Field Target Trophy. This was probably the one pellet that grouped the best in all three guns. Well done. Guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and ring that little bell so you can see the second video that's going to focus on the hunting pellets. I'll see you guys soon.
That's all, folks.